quick note up the top of this episode. We apologise for missing our usual release date. The reason for the delay will become rather clear at the end of this episode.
As mentioned in episode 2 of the podcast, one of the conspiracy theories surrounding Back of Bourke is that there is a film that comes up of the Welcome to Bourke sign in between channels. When adjusting an aerial or satellite dish, and in more recent times randomly appearing on streaming platforms before a selected episode. We had a discussion with technician Paul Haver about this.
Corrupted by a pirate broadcast. Maybe in the 50s and 60s, definitely in the 70s and 80s. And well, thinking about it, there were some more recent ones too. So actually, yes, it is possible. Much trickier now, far less likely, but I don't know if I claim impossible. You heard of Max Headroom?
Vaguely?
Prime example of how this would be accomplished.
Okay, can you explain what happened?
Sure. In 1987, I think, a guy dressed up in a mask of a character from American TV named Max Headroom hijacked the signals of 2 television stations in Chicago. He did some weird stuff, calling people liberals and giving the finger. Gave me the creeps, to be honest. But the interesting part was how he did it. The hijacker used a more powerful microwave transmission to the station's broadcast towers than the station was sending themselves. Therefore, it overrode what the station was broadcasting. Another one happened around the same time where a guy broadcast a message on HBO complaining that he was paying too much for the cable channel.
Wow, okay, so it happened then. Has it happened more recently? Can it happen now?
I know it happened in Russia in 2021 or maybe it was 22. It was an interesting news story at the time. A group broadcasting Russia's war crimes during their Victory Day programming, but I cannot tell you much about how they did it. I'm not familiar with Russian broadcasting system, go figure.
Yeah.
But perhaps they're still using an analog system. That's why it's highly improbable that it would be happening in Australia since we switched to a digital system. If you do want to do something like you're describing now, you would have to do it directly at the source, from inside the station.
We now know that theory to not be a conspiracy. All week on both of our televisions in separate homes when trying to watch a YouTube video or streaming anything on an Australian platform like ABC iView or SBS On Demand, we've been subjected to the Welcome to Bourke sign, and it's not gone away.
When trying to film it or even take a picture of it, the image appears either completely black or as static.
Yeah, a scary week during which we have made some big decisions. Thank you to everybody who reached out. And it seems none of you have been seeing the Welcome to Bourke on your televisions or computers.
This is what we presumed, which makes it increasingly ominous.
Yeah, the increasing frequency, pun not intended, of the Bourke image was a trigger. After a lot of back and forth and discussions with our family, we've decided to go to Bourke. It seems this is where the podcast has been leading, and we think somehow Back of Bourke is summoning us.
Whether real or imagined, we are recording this and some information we would like you to have just before we leave to catch our flights.
Yeah. Wait, you didn't say what the show is.
They know what the show is. There are two main elements of this that we needed, and have decided to share. The first, we will broadly title Annie's Hypothesis, and the second, Annie's Escape. If you have not already done so, please listen to last week's episode in which we give an initial introduction to Dr. Annie Lee.
But to quickly summarise, Dr. Annie Lee was studying the phenomenon of Back of Bourke, holding a PhD in, likely philosophy or physics or physics. She wrote and published articles analysing the phenomenon. And before arriving in Bourke, we have decided to share some more entries from her journal. These entries are specifically dedicated to her philosophical research.
Due to their impersonal content and its relevance to our upcoming journey, we thought it best to share some of her more coherent observations. More importantly, she may have been writing these, in her mind at least, from the Back of Bourke.
She was writing them from Back of Bourke.
We have to remain impartial.
We're not journalists.
But we are also not idiots. It does not mean that we can count out, just because Annie was obviously exceptionally intelligent, that there were not some sort of psychotic break.
Do you still, after everything, not believe that there is a Back of Bourke?
That is not what I'm saying at all. I think we just need to temper expectations, especially our own. Go ahead.
Well, this entry is from the beginning pages of the notebook. The writing is smaller and definitely neater. Quote, "The hypothesis. Back of Bourke is a pocket or bubble dimension within our own reality rather than being parallel or alternate. Evidence for this has presented in three distinct elements. 1. Back of Bourke changes. There is no stability to its design. 2. Back of Bourke is a mimicked copy, not another or alternate Bourke. 3. Back of Bourke is still cemented within our own reality." End quote. I know we have context with the additional entries that we're about to read, but Michelle would usually ask what we think this note means.
Good point. So we did look into the concept of a pocket dimension. We found that it is also referred to as a pocket or bubble universe. It is an element within something called cosmic inflation theory, which deals with the continued expansion of space.
Mention the times.
All right. So cosmic inflation and the inflation theory was mainly pursued and constructed in the 1970s and 80s by mainly American theoretical physicists. Therefore, it seems Annie's evidentiary work was not only original but groundbreaking.
And point 1 on this page is, well, all the points actually are referenced throughout Annie's notebook.
Some more readable than others.
Yeah, like point 1 was Back of Bourke changes, and Annie writes, she starts with, quote, "Ev1 X1. I have noted that the streets in Back of Bourke widen or grow longer when walking down them. Shops are in one location, and then the next time I seek them out, they are in a different part of the town. If Back of Bourke were an alternate or parallel of Bourke, these surrealist adaptations would unlikely occur."
Annie's second hypothesis was that Back of Bourke is a mimicked copy, not another or alternate Bourke. Later in the book, she writes, quote, "Coming from evidence point 2, Back of Bourke seems to have been imprinted on this dimension due to the pocket/bubble entry and hopefully exit location, being the original town of Bourke. It has been hypothesized that a parallel/alternate space would be somewhat distinct. For example, I have a photograph with me that I developed in town before being taken by Back of Bourke. It is of a deli front. Even though Bourke expands and contracts, see evidence 1, the deli front is identical to its real-world counterpart, including a dent in the awning that looks like a bumpy crescent moon, exact small marks made by bicycles along one side of the facade, and the shape of a paint chip in the letter E printed on the front glass. The deli, like everything here, has been imprinted from Bourke."
This one definitely drew inspiration from for the mysterious milk bar episode.
Definitely.
And from Annie's understanding, Back of Bourke is an imprint of the actual real-life town of Bourke.
Exactly. This connects with her third point, that Back of Bourke is still cemented within our own reality.
Yeah, she has a direct example of this in the notebook that specifically references point 3, starting, quote, RE-EV3X1. As from evidence point 1 and 2, the structure of Back of Bourke is an imprint of the known town of Bourke. I have heard echoes from my reality here in Back of Bourke. This sometimes comes in the form of noises, such as talking that is not related to the events in Back of Bourke, but likely from the original Bourke, and in brackets, not definitive, accent and conversation content familiar. Additionally, I have witnessed ghosts, faded colour silhouettes of people that I have not seen in Back of Bourke, currently theorising that these ghosts are projections of what is happening in reality.
Do you think she ever saw Dot? You know, as a ghost or projection or whatever they are.
That is incredibly sad, but I hope so. Now, to explain Annie's escape, we need to initially discuss the following figures.
The 3 evidences that support Back of Bourke as a possible dimensional pocket all seem to also connect to the following figure, discussed in episode 5 of the podcast. Before playing this snippet of the show, one of the most important and coherent things Annie wrote about the figure was, there is a scribble, and it starts, quote, theory that the following figure is of our world is correct, but has carved out a pocket place in the cracks for itself by utilising this organic cave created by some sort of localised version of cosmic inflation. The following figures seem to exist on either a visual spectrum that is not visible to humans and on a different dimensional plane, as described by the Kaluza-Klein theory, where they are hovering over the real reality on a transparent sheet, like on a page of an overhead projector. Just like on such a projector, the figures can only be seen when the light is on. The light is always on in Back of Bourke.
The figure makes an appearance in multiple episodes of the Back of Bourke television show written by Dot, as well as our own research and podcast. Dot directly references the following figure in the episode titled Me and My Shadow. As you may remember from an old VHS tape sleeve, we have a brief description of this episode. Quote, after moving to a new town, a young lady senses something is following her. She sees a figure in the reflection of mirrors and shop windows that is too long and too lumpy to be a shadow. She faces the strange realization that whatever this presence is, it is getting closer, both familiar and foreign, but also possibly evil. End quote.
We also spoke to a student who never again returned our calls, texts, or emails.
You have to let that go.
The least she could have done was tell us to piss off. Whatever. So, she is where we initially found out about Annie's research, even if at the time we did not have the doctor's name.
The academic published an article in a peer-reviewed journal that posited the existence of a following figure. Apparently, to my professor, she hypothesised that following figures select a human, and it takes a step whenever you take a step. It jumps whenever you jump, it rolls when you roll. However, a following figure always does these things in your direction. If you run on the spot for 4 steps, it comes 4 steps closer to you. Once a following figure catches you, which happens exceptionally rarely, it takes you back to its parallel dimension. The academic suggested that there was a way to summon a following figure, if you believe one is attached to you. The academic posited the best or perhaps only place a following figure can be summoned is in Bourke.
We can now, after reading Annie's notes, confirm that the new additions to the Back of Bourke website, also mentioned in episode 5 of the podcast, were directly taken from her notebook.
One specific entry that was copied to the website told us more about the structure of the following figures. Quote, the figures are using, attracted to, and reliant on the frequencies. The recorded pulses in this remote part of Australia are not, as previously hypothesised, remnants of the sound from deep space. They are coming from this pocket. It is why the echoes of reality are seeping through, why Back of Bourke is a copy, a projection." End quote.
Do we think that the following figures can only appear near Bourke, or Back of Bourke, that is?
I think from reading all of Annie's research, as much as we have, and as she suggested, that if the frequency and anomalies are similar to that of Bourke, then the following figure could appear somewhere else.
One of Annie's pages just says, "Follow the ghosts," with a bunch of exclamation points. So according to Annie's theories, the ghosts in Back of Bourke are projections of our reality. She starts noting every ghost, aka reality projection, she witnesses, and after counting hundreds, the majority are seen walking in the direction of or are near the Boar Baths, which in our reality are a natural hot springs an hour outside of the town centre.
The final entry of Annie's journal is a letter to Dot. Quote, "My dearest Dot, I am sorry. I am so sorry. At the time of my departure, I cared more for proving my theory than I did for us, but never, not once, more than I cared for you, although my actions obviously appear otherwise. I am not sure how long I have been away. However, every moment when I was aware of the passage of time, I mourned my distance from you. With my mental deterioration, this will likely be my last cognizant attempt at freedom. Hopefully, we are reading this together. I love you with all that I was and all that I have left. Annie."
The ending pages of Annie's journal are messy besides her letter to Dot, which must have taken exceptional concentration to write. Her thoughts are messy in both the physical and mental sense of the word, and despite this, we've extrapolated what we think is her escape from Bourke.
Annie notes that the appearance of more projected people is, hopefully, an indication that the veil between our Bourke and the Back of Bourke may be thinnest at Boar Baths.
Annie figured out that the only large water supply near the inland Bourke is the Boar Baths. She states in the journal that due to wave dispersion, the frequency associated with the following figures and therefore the ghosts travels at a slower phase speed through water.
We know that Annie was hit by a truck a couple of minutes down the road from here, from the Boar Baths, so therefore we can assume that she probably exited Back of Bourke from the Boar Baths. From her journal entry, she must have figured out that the slower frequency through the water could help her escape.
She was so unbelievably clever.
I see YouTubers have these all the time.
And they're always like...
And they always hold it up like this instead of clipping it to their shirt.
They probably do get better sound doing that.
I suppose.
But we'll find out.
If you're at home, why have this?
Why?
Instead of just having like...
Yeah.
So there was, you know how we have like the tape that we had in every long drive with the parents?
Yep.
And some of the choice cuts of music that
In that
Dad,
like goldy orange car.
yeah. It's that colour, actually, that colour of car that used to exist and now just doesn't.
Just doesn't.
It
It's just
doesn't.
nowhere.
Every
Absolutely
like tradie, like family that had like a tradie in the family had one of those cars as like the work car.
Yep.
And now that colour just doesn't exist anymore.
No, it definitely belongs in the late 90s, early 2000s. That colour is gone from
Yeah.
existence.
Into the void.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking how like we had like the tape with all of like everyone got like one song on the tape.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about you and you, but Dad was obsessed with this one song by Deborah Harry that wasn't that wasn't even a Blondie song, and it was I Want That Man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want that
He
man.
really did want that man.
He wanted that man.
He really did.
Yeah. I don't remember what else was on it, but that's my main memory.
Oh, I'm recording. So, since Michelle isn't here, do you want to explain why we're driving?
Yeah, I'm... Okay.
And why Dad wants that man?
Our dad wants that man. Yeah, we are driving to Bourke, I guess is the easiest way to say it. And we caught a plane from Adelaide to Sydney, from Sydney to Dubbo, a place I've never been, and I mean, besides returning the car, probably won't go back to.
Sorry, Dubbo.
Sorry, Dubbo. I don't mean to throw shade at Dubbo. And we're about 2 hours from Bourke.
Yeah, just over an hour now, so not that long. It's very barren out here.
That's true.
We are very much in the country and the almost desert.
I feel like if we just... like, it would be impossible to describe what we're seeing because it's so empty.
Yeah,
like,
there's literally nothing to describe.
Oh, a landmark, it's a fence. Like...
part of a fence.
It's part of a fence.
It's part of a fence.
Do you like saltbush?
Oh,
because we've got it
lovely.
in abundance. Yeah, it's like an alright road.
I think describing the Australian countryside to people that haven't been to Australia is very difficult to describe how flat and barren it is.
We sound like crazy people trying to describe this.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
We are good at adjectives.
Yeah, definitely. Very, very, very good at adjectives.
Yeah. Do we have to, considering the amount of dirt that is being tossed up around this car, do we need to wash the car before we give it back? Do you know?
I would assume Dubbo's budget rental place, the kind people who, didn't tell me until we picked up the car that there's an additional fee for each kilometre over the limit we said.
Great.
I'm sure they're used to dirt.
Yeah, but they charge us for each bug on the windshield.
Look at that. It's another bush.
Hey, so funny. I can describe it is barren and dry.
Yeah,
and
arid.
That is it.
Arid's another great one.
Arid.
Always in Australian poetry.
Yeah. Lots of that. But I will say at the top of this, apologies for the decrease in quality.
We did.
Considering Michelle's not here to prep us and make sure that we're doing things correctly.
We saved a lot of money on planes, though.
That's true, but we miss her.
We do.
But she's looking after herself, and that. So, look, I don't know about you, but we're not that far outside of Bourke now.
Okay.
And I just feel like we're going somewhere that we're just gonna stand about in a small country town and then go home. And we've spent so much money and time getting out here.
I know.
There's going to be no point to this.
Look, enough weird stuff's happened that you've got to keep your brain, your heart, whatever, like open to the... Don't look at me like that. You got to be open to the possibility that something might happen. I mean...
No,
there's the whole...
No. As silly as it is, and as much as I hate it, we are going to have to do the ritual when we get to that.
What else is the point? I mean... Don't you want to get taken by a ghostly swagman?
So we're going to have to... so you walk down the road on the one side of the road to Central Park, and then you walk back to the railway station, and then you walk back to Central Park, and you keep going on the same side of the road until you end up in the Back of Bourke.
Back of Bourke. And I suppose Well, we don't really know what that would mean. I mean,
No. Why would we know what that means?
Boar baths,
Mm.
where Annie had her escape, is coming up before we get to Bourke.
Yeah.
So,
And she died just outside on the road.
yeah,
So we want to,
pay our respects.
yep, and yeah, just stop and have a moment.
Yeah. Like, I've known you a long time.
Accurate.
And you've known me a long time, and I don't think either of us were really quite experts in physics in high school.
Oh, I did take physics in high school.
Yeah,
So,
you took it.
I mean,
You took it all the way.
to year 12. So I am.
Oh, you're a professional.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Master's degree.
well, I guess
Doctorate.
I guess that's good, because I was just about to say, when we started this project, I didn't think there'd be so much physics.
So much physics.
So there's like frequencies, and they
Yep.
slow down in water,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how you get through a pocket dimension.
I think it's coming up
So,
now.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
That
no, there's
building.
the sign. Yeah, just pull it.
I don't. There's a lot of rocks on there. Okay. This house is hard to tell out here.
So we are at Boar Baths.
Yeah. It looks a lot more like a public swimming pool than I thought it would.
It's very, very much like a public swimming pool, yes.
And we debated going in, but Alice said she didn't want to pay the $3.
I am cheap.
But I don't. After flying all the way here, yeah, whatever. It is just a pool. We don't need to look it up.
But you see, around here, come this way.
Yeah.
See there, about 100 metres-ish that way.
Yeah.
What is that? That house is Victorian.
Yeah, but it's surrounded, like, all those buildings are like those sort of transportables you see. I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
it looks like a compound.
Yeah,
Wonder what that is.
I don't know. It
Gonna
is
have
kind
to
of,
look that up
yeah.
because I don't remember seeing that on any of the images we've, I mean, comprehensively Googled.
I think,
So-
yeah, we didn't Google compound.
No.
Bourke compound.
That compound.
So on a maybe sadder note, where do you think Annie got hit?
I don't know. I mean, I think in her mind, this is where she thought she would see Dot again. So I don't know. This is probably where we say thank you or hello. I don't know.
Probably should have brought some flowers.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, we can get some. At the caravan park.
Yeah.
We've checked in to the caravan park.
We do not have a caravan.
No, we've checked into the caravan park without a caravan. We each have our own little cabin.
Yes, yes.
Um,
They seemed fine. I didn't really.
not a lot of people holidaying in Bourke in the middle of summer, which is
Understandably.
very understandable. So now we're going for
It is hot.
it is very a little walk before we head in for the night.
Yeah, I think so. We're trying to just get
Go.
our bearings on the
Yeah.
ritual locations. Because we're tired and we can't do it now.
Yep. church.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Do you need to confess to anything?
I'll go pray.
Oh, yes. Alright. It's very quiet.
Yeah.
It's a little spooky.
But I mean, I think who besides us, who in their right mind would be walking about on the road in the middle of town in this heat? No one. Stupid.
I mean, is that a bowling club? Lumber holes.
No. No. So we are looking at the Old Bourke railway station.
Yeah.
And we've decided to walk on the right-hand side of the street because that
we've
is
decided.
the side that Central Park will be on.
We did discuss whether to walk on opposite sides of the street to cover our bases.
But that will be too boring if we go for too long
Yeah.
because
So-
we won't be able to chat.
Yeah. Or it could be a godsend, but
That's rude. Okay, so now we
start walking.
start walking. But it says we need to start at dusk. What constitutes dusk?
It's a very good question, and I will just say that dusk is a state of mind.
Okay, what time is the sun setting today?
I don't. Should
Look
I
it
check?
up.
Okay, it's saying 5:32. So if we start now and keep going through sunset, I'm sure we would have hit dusk at some point.
Okay, all right, let's start the ritual.
Try and have some enthusiasm, Alice. This is what
Yes,
we've been building up to for months.
Mm-hmm.
This is exactly where your dreams thought they would bring you. Yeah.
So now I guess we just walk and chat.
Yeah.
So just to reiterate,
Yeah.
again, we start at the railway station, which we have done, and now we are walking
Yep.
to the end of Central Park, which is
Yep.
what we have decided,
Yes.
and we turn around back to the railway station.
Yeah.
But like, oh puppy.
I think we'll be seeing that 30 more times. This place is looking very similar.
We really should have walked on opposite sides of the street. I'm regretting that.
What in Back of Bourke.
Sure.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
This is our first time hitting the edge of Central Park.
Yeah. Now we're gonna do
And
the
we're
trunk. It's a big moment.
Turn around and going back.
Yeah. It's not a scenic walk.
No. So we've been walking for about
I don't know.
15-ish minutes. I have been timing. So it's been 17 minutes and 53 seconds.
Okay. No one's disappeared yet.
No one's disappeared.
No one's teleported.
I haven't felt like anybody is following me,
No.
which is fine.
I feel like it would be very strange to feel followed because I haven't seen a single person.
No.
A couple of cars.
No. I wonder if they know what we're doing. Like, if people are looking out their windows, they know what we're
They're
doing.
like, oh, those stupid people are back.
That's right.
Someone comes and does this like once a month. Ooh, car.
It's a miracle.
There's something different.
Okay, well, I'm glad it's not significantly cooler, but it's a little bit cooler because we've been at this for, let me check my timer, 1 hour and 1 minute.
I think at this point, we do look insane.
Yeah. I'm tired.
Just okay, we got to turn around again. What lap have you been counting laps?
Nope. I refuse to. I'm not doing that.
Wow.
Because
what-
then I would be upset. Because it's been over 2 hours now.
do you want to reveal
and
how
it's
much
very hot.
leave you had from your work that you've now spent on this voyage?
No. Again, if I admit that, I will not be happy.
That guy gave us quite a look.
It's been over 3 hours.
I haven't been counting.
No, but I have been. And I think we need to discuss stopping. If not now, then soon.
I don't know. This is how people like end up in cults, right? Like we're in this far. You can't like turn around.
But that's how people end up in cults.
I
It's
guess
your
that-
attitude of let's keep going.
I think give it another 3 to 4 hours.
I thought you were going to say hour. I will split the difference with you, and we will say I will give you another hour, maybe hour and a half.
Fine. An hour and a half.
That'll be dark. Well, sunset.
It'll be close.
Dusk, if you will.
Dusk. This again.
For those of you that don't live in the southern hemisphere, in the summertime, sunset and dusk last a very long time, which is great.
Yes, you've made your point, Alice. It's bold of you to assume that anyone is listening outside of like Sam from work.
I hope she didn't bet against you.
Look, as I said, everyone bet against me. What would you have spent your money on if we weren't travelling to Back? See, you can't think of a better thing.
I can't.
This is the preferred option.
That's...
And I think, like, what I like about coming to Bourke is that it's just the really weird, Alice, don't. Where'd you go? Alice? Alice? Where is she?
This is why I left, Michael. I knew something like this was going to happen.
It's not helpful.
Sorry.
I mean, we can just discuss it. I'll press record.
You're still recording?
Yeah, I mean, of course. When she comes back, she'll be cross if we didn't.
Okay, so she's really not there. Because to be honest, this feels like a bit or something.
A bit. My sister has been missing for a day and a half. And if you don't think there is a real threat, then why did you quit?
Are you recording through your phone?
I mean, no. I've got you on speaker and I've got the little portable recorder set
That's
up.
gonna sound awful.
Too bad I don't have a producer.
Too bad.
Hey, we might need a hand editing this when we're back.
We? You and your missing person sibling?
She'll be back.
Let's go. More than a woman.
Sorry, just give me a sec.
Take your time, mate.
Okay, so what's on the webpage?
We asked me to let you know of any changes.
Yeah.
So, there's been a change.
Yeah. Aloysius, what's the change?
No need to be so hostile.
Sorry. I'm just stressed because...
Yeah, sister is missing in a different dimension, and you don't know if she will ever return.
Yeah.
I get it, bro. Just a new GIF I wanted to report on the Beyond the Black Stump webpage, which, like, never changes. It's a GIF of somebody being captured by one of those cartoony, massive butterfly nets.
This is Michael reporting for the third day of searching for my sister. Still no sign of her. The weather's fine. She wouldn't have laughed at that if she was here either.
Can you tell Daddy again about the TV?
We can watch it again.
No more black and white sign?
No more black and white signs.
That's good.
Can I watch Spidey now?
She's not just playing some sort of elaborate joke on you, right?
Alice? Nah, she wouldn't try and trick me. I mean, not about something like this.
So you've been going to ball baths every day?
Morning and dusk, which is sort of like the beginning of nighttime.
I know what dusk is.
Yeah, me too, of course. I'll go again this afternoon.
So what are you going to do now?
Keep going until she comes back.
I've seen your budget, and I know that's not possible. You're going to have to...
I'm not giving up.
I'm not suggesting that. You'll need to go home soon, and not just because of the money. And trust that when she gets out or back, she will let you know.
Oh my god. Alice! Alice! You're soaking hair.
Oh, now I believe in much.
Okay. So, as we discussed, I'll ask you the questions that I've written down. You can answer them, you can not. It's up to you.
Yeah, no, all good.
We'll
I
see.
understand.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
You
let's do
alright?
this. Yes.
Okay. So, it's been a few days since we last recorded, and we were in Bourke.
Sorry, I needed a bit of a break.
We both did. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, how long were you there?
Time was strange, as it did not really register. Because I was moving, I assumed it was passing, but my internal clock slowed. I'm not making sense. Okay, I would approximate that from when I arrived in Bourke, that I was there for an hour, perhaps 2.
4 days for me.
The atmosphere there was entirely... Have you heard of thermoception?
What?
Okay, so an example of this is the sensation of when your body temperature is the same as the water you were touching. So, you know, when you can feel it, it is wet by the viscosity, but no accompanying temperature change. That's what thermoception is. So, Bourke is an entity of thermoception. You cannot differentiate your body from the air, from the ground, from your clothes. It's bizarre. A breeze drifted a strand of my hair at one point that I saw with no shift of cold or heat.
That's so strange. Where were you when you arrived?
At the train station where where I left. But as Annie detailed in the journal, the town, which we had walked through multiple times that day, was shortened, so compacted. It was continuously moving in Back of Bourke. It appeared like when you have instability from being drunk, but I could see everything clearly. Nothing was blurred.
Was there any people there?
Yeah, some, but I could not tell if they were what Annie described as ghosts, fellow people that were trapped, or the shadowy following figures. I was so tempted to reach out to them and to explore, But holding the journal kept me half in reality, grounded to the fact that it was curiosity of Back of Bourke that imprisoned Annie.
So, yeah, you headed straight for Boar Baths.
Yes, I headed straight for Boar Baths. They were in the same direction as in our dimension, however, not an hour out of the city. I didn't tell you this, but in fact, you remember the petrol station that was about half an hour before the baths coming into Bourke?
How could I forget the one with the overpriced pies? Daylight robbery.
That was right next to them when I got close to the petrol station. So, like Back of Bourke sucks every human element closer to its centre, it also sucks locations in as well.
Okay. That's, yeah. So, how did you get to Boar Baths?
What do you mean?
Like, did you walk, run, jog?
That's a good question. I think I walked. I cannot honestly remember. So once I knew where they were, I just remember being focused on getting there. When I did, there were, like Annie said, more ghosts and silhouettes near the bath congregating. They were not moving in and out of them, just wandering about. Not that I stared at them for too long. I knew if I did, I would stay. I ran and jumped in the water at that point of the central pool, and that is where I returned. I was bobbing about and spitting water and fully dressed. Nobody paid attention to me, though. I climbed out and started outside of the baths and walking to the direction of town. I wish I had more to report from the exploration.
Well, we know how that part ends. You being stuck in Back of Bourke for years like Annie.
That okay, Michelle?
Perfect.
Cool.
If you have any information about Back of Bourke, please get in touch with us. The link to the podcast website is in the show notes, and you can email us at bob@3pwidget.com.
I note that these episodes were recorded and researched on the stolen and unceded lands of the Ghana people. The names of some of the locations discussed are colonial, and we understand and apologise for the atrocities that were committed during all the times from which we quote.